Oh, every time I close my eyes.
Alright, well today I will be talking a little bit about Updo 101 and just kind of like the things that you need to know and do and get before you start doing updos. I could have jumped straight to doing tutorials, but I thought this video would definitely kind of help in setting that up. So if you're interested, just stay tuned.
Yeah, I would have a show like Oprah. I would be the host of Everyday Christmas. Give Trappy a wish list. I'd probably pull an Angelina and Brad Pitt and adopt a bunch of babies that ain't never had. Give away a few Mercedes like, here lady, have this. And last but not least.
Alright, so one of the first things that you need to know before doing any kind of updo is the right texture for doing updos. I find that the best texture in order to do updos is kind of like a day old with a little bit of build up. This allows the hair to be flexible and kind of does whatever you kind of want it to. You know, if the hair happens to be super healthy or super clean on that day, you can artificially create that kind of you know, older feel by getting like a putty or like a, you know, fiber gum, something that will help mold your hair. First you want to get flexible and extra strong hold. The flexible one, that's for kind of creating that artificial feel. You can just run it through real quick through the scalp and you can create that feel. The extra strong one would be for laying down the baby hairs in the front and in the back, but that's more towards when you're finishing, so you probably want to get both you know, to do a good updo. The next thing is some kind of heat protectant. This is the Chi 44 Iron Guard. This is especially important because, you know, this will protect your hair against heat damage, because when you're doing updo, you know, you're dealing with some kind of heat usually. The next thing is to get a very good hairspray. I'm using Treseme's line because I feel like their hairspray doesn't flake as much, especially when you're teasing or when you're like brushing things through. They don't flake as much, so that's why I use that. And then of course, you know, you're getting your heat tools and your hot tools and stuff. Again, you know, just remember to really use the heat protectant. You know, there are two types of heating tools that are usually used in updos. You can of course get a curler like this, and then you can also use hot rollers. If you're more of a beginner or you're just like, you know, trying to start and experiment with updos, I would really recommend using hot rollers because, you know, they're able to create that same and perfect size all the way through. If you're more advanced, you can use a curler because, you know, you can do different things with it. It can be flexible, you know, you're allowed more control really, because if you're using hot rollers, you know, you just get whatever the hot roller gives you. So that's the only difference between the two. And then of course you want to get you know, different kinds of combs. This I would use for back combing and teasing. I don't understand why people use the rat tail combs for teasing. I mean, it's so small. I would only use a rat tail comb if I was, you know, teasing like the bangs or like a small piece. But if you're trying to do like a big, you know, poof with like a twist in the back, I would definitely use something this size or even bigger because, you know, you can tease like a large amount of hair in a short period of time. And you also want to get something similar to this so that you can kind of pick up the hair and kind of like make sure that it's like the same volume, you know, all throughout. This is super easy and it makes that much easier to do. And then of course you definitely want to get just like some hair ties because I believe most updos begin with, you know, a pony and just kind of work your way out from there. So hair ties are definitely good. And you also want to get bobby pins. These are a little bit larger, but then you also want to get, I would use these for like French twists where you're rolling up most of the hair or a big chunk of hair. So I would use these, but you also want to get smaller ones as well. The trick to bobby pins is getting them, you know, in pairs. You want to cross them like this in the hair. That way you can prevent the bobby pins from slipping and falling out. And then the other thing, which I think is optional but I love and I use on all of my updos, is a shine or something that makes it shiny. I'm using Smooth and Shine polishing. Looks like this. This is super cheap and it works really well. You just spray it on and just kind of like smooth it through or like brush it through, run your hand through it, and it looks gorgeous. I think that is all I have, so just look forward to more updo tutorials coming up soon, and bye.
What she care with his cause, you could call her Miss Boss.